anyone know where Rapa Nui is? Great, I'll leave that for him to talk with you about. But without further ado, I'd like to introduce you to Nico.
So, Yorana is our way to say kia ora or hello. And the ones that know about the Pacific Ocean, is the biggest Pacific ocean on the world. So, there is a triangle of Polynesia that have Hawaii on the top. Easter Island, where I come from, Rapa Nui, if you don't know where it is, it's quite close to South America, but in the middle of the ocean, in fact. And the other corner of the triangle is Aotearoa, New Zealand. Have you heard about this triangle? Somebody? No? Now you will. So, in between, there are more than 1,000 islands that were all populated by the Polynesians. So this is the important thing to know about the navigation that the ancient people did in ancient times. Before the Europeans get here, there were all these islands populated by the Polynesians, like the Maoris in Aotearoa, the Hawaiians, and the Rapa Nui where I'm from. So I will show you the connection that we have with the Maoris and all these islands in Polynesia. We have some videos that I will show you about my experience also on the Waka. I was sailing from Auckland all the way down to Wellington from the last month. So I was seeing dolphins on the way. We saw some of the crew, saw some sharks. And we have a big connection with the Maoris because all come from the same root, the root of the triangle of Polynesia. So I will show you some videos that I have with my uncle, my cousin. Maybe you know him. He's called Stan Walker. Okay. So this is when he went to Rapa Nui last year, and they make a show tracking his DNA.
There's Maori, there's not just Maori, because I was born out of staunch Maori, like, you know, Maori are the best, we're better than everybody, we're the strongest, we're the greatest, and we are. This is true. But there's also
this is a little bit the town where I live. It's a small town, only 8,000 people. We have no big commercial centers, no McDonald's, so it's very humble town. And this is Stan Walker when he went there to meet me. So I take him in a tour to show him our island. You can see the caves.
The seabirds were very important in ancient times because this is how they get here. Following the migrations of the seabirds.
You know this guy?
This kind of birds are not. So these are very long time here because they mix it, the soil colors, white, red, they mix it with sugar cane juice, so they stay longer time. So we still can see them here. One of the only places on the island where you can see this kind of.
So, how old are these?
Well, it's very hard to know exactly the datation because there is no carbon. You know? So that's why the history of this island is so mystical. Mystical because we don't know exactly when a statue was shaped. That is a long time.
See, we don't have that sort of stuff back home in New Zealand. It's more carvings, you know, like
wood carving,
carved out everything.
Some different expression, no? They also made petroglyph. Like a carving, but on the stone. So they were living in the Stone Age, but in a very later period. They were still in contact with the nature. We can fish, we can spear dive. I think there are just a few places in the world where we can stay still living from the nature. This is one of them.
Meeting Nico was one of my favorite parts, just the whole experience.
Bring it up. Don't you feel it?
Oh, I can see it.
Take him to fish.
I felt like we're all on the same page in terms of wanting to uphold our traditions, you know, him as a Rapa Nui person, me as a Māori person, and just realizing how similar we were, how similar our cultures are, and how connected our cultures are.
Do you love living on the island, bro? Yes.
So this is me, this is my home, and it was a big connection with the Stan Walker, and we realized that the Maoris and the Rapa Nui, and also with the Hawaiians, with Keahi, he will talk afterwards. There's a big connection between all the islands in Polynesia. We have been sailing with people from Samoa, from Tonga, from Cook Island, Rarotonga, how we call it. No? And the idea is to go back to the ancient tales and ancient names. So, for example, Rapa Nui is called now Easter Island because it was discovered by some Europeans in 1700 in Easter days, so they named Easter Island. But Rapa Nui have their own original name that was Tepito o Tehenua, that means the belly button of the world, the navel of the world. This is our original name. So I'm here to learn from the Maoris how the ancient people used to sail. They recovered all this knowledge in the 80s, in the 70s, you know, with the Hawaiian first, and then the Maoris, and now Rapa Nui want to have their own waka. So that's why I'm here, trying to get back the knowledge of sailing. So the first thing before the sailing, what we do is a ceremony. Every activity that we do a ceremony before to call God that help us and to call our ancestor that help us during the activity. So this is a Samoan ceremony that we did in Auckland before we start sailing down south. So they make a kava ceremony. If some people know, it is a drink, it's a medicine, yeah. Ava, some people call it ava, some people call it kava, where they make a ceremony to clean the blood, to clean the body, to be good during the activity. So this is the Samoan. We're making a ceremony there. A little bit over to. This is a drink from a root that they do like a. So here is the start of the sailing with some friends. We sail a little bit along the Auckland Harbor. No, we take some videos of the guys there, very friendly, funny experience in the beginning, but then it became very bad weather. So you will see, sometimes it's good, but sometimes it's very hard. It's a hard job. And we were sailing in Auckland. We take some kids also to sail. So in the beginning it looks very nice, very easy, but then you will see it become very kind of raft in the middle of the way. So I will show you some other videos. The third one? Or the fourth one. Yeah, well, some other nice things that we saw in the way. You can see other part of the crew. The dolphins. Dolphins were. They crossed the waters where we were sailing and were with us on the way, you see?
Are those bottom line dolphins?
This is some of the good part of the trip. Because sometimes when it's a bad weather, you miss home and you want to go on the shore. But these are things that make keep you motivated, you know, along the way, and make you go further and forward. Other videos of the dolphins. It was a big group of dolphins, you know. You can see the waves, how it moves. It's quite. You get used to the movement of the not seasick. Maybe in the beginning you start to have seasick, but after a while you get used. Your body and your mind get used to the sailing. This is a part that is quite rough. No? In the morning, we have to make watches of 4 hours each group. So 4 hours you keep sailing, and then you go to sleep 4 hours to rest, and then again 4 hours. So it's always a hard job. With the hoa, you have to keep straight the waka. You have to know about the winds, about the stars, the triangulation of constellations, and you can see sometimes pretty rough, and the waves crash on top. You get wet. but then the sunrise come and everything is good. You know, so spectacular views sometimes in the middle of the ocean. You can see the colors and the crew all enjoying the time when that happened. But you have to be you have to understand that there are things that maybe make you feel weak, but then it will pass, and then the storm always passes. You know, that's what we said. This is the Hoy. Now we keep the Waka going straight ahead. So this is a very important part of the sailing, where we try to do changing of 1 hour. Each member of the crew have to be in charge of the Hoy. So you have to keep it straight, but sometimes the drift and the currents pull the Hoy, so you have to keep it very strong. So it's a hard job trying to look at how the current pull the Hoy. So you have to try to keep it, you know, straight and keep the direction. You can see sometimes it's a hard job. Huh? So you see it moves with the currents and all so. So there's a lot of knowledge that I have been learning on the Waka about the ropes, about pulling up the sails, pulling down the sails, depends on the wind. We have to change the sails from one side to the other, depends on the direction of the wind. The wind changes all the time, so you have to be always focused in where you're going, and the different elements that are being changing all the time. See? You look at the vaivén of the Waka. And so I think there's some more. No? Yeah, well, the good thing is also that we can get some fresh fish. So every day we catch a little, well, medium-sized tuna. No, it is not catch the very small one. You can see it coming in. The tuna coming in. So this is good to eat them right fresh, very fresh. It cannot be more fresh than this. So you eat it raw, or you can cook it right now. We have a kitchen there. We have toilet, everything prepared. More rustic, no, very wild way, but it's safe enough, and it's very good experience. So I recommend, if you have the chance to to jump on one of the Waka, I recommend to do it. It's a very nice experience. Make you strong, you know. This is when we came out on a police boat. We were sailing right here in the corner to go in. So the Wakas are coming in now. I think they're already arriving back on the harbor. No? But sometimes it's very rough, so we need some boats, ship boats or police boat that tow in the Wakas. So this is my experience. I hope you enjoy the explanation. Sorry for my English, I'm not very good, but you already know where I come from, and I hope to see you again one day in Easter Island.
Does anyone have any questions for Nico?
Where do you?
Ready.
Yeah, there is into the hole. There are two canoes put together in the deck. So into the canoe, there's the hole. There are some beds where we sleep, but changing the watch. So we have to share our bed with the other member. Yes.
How long did it take you to go to Easter Island?
To Easter Island, where the Wakas went in 2012 from Aotearoa all the way to Rapa Nui, and they take like
43 days. 43.
43 days. Yes.
So over a month.
Yeah, so it's like almost 2 months. Right?
How long did it take to get to Wellington?
We take around 2 weeks all the way down, but the weather was good, not too good, so they have to go back to Napier. and wait for a little while, and then they are coming down to Wellington. Yes.
There's a salmon ever in Auckland.
Yes, we make a ceremony with the Samoan friends. That also there is a waka from them. It's called Ngawalofa, and they are coming down here too. So there are kind of 4 wakas coming. So you will see, you can have the chance to see them tonight, and the whole weekend they will be doing tours in the harbor. Yeah?
What language do you speak in Auckland?
We speak Spanish. Hablamos español because it's a Chilean kind of colony. So it's a part of the Spanish, colonization in 1700. 1500. Somebody else? It's a good question. I think like more or less 15 knots, like the maximum.
It depends on the wind.
Depends on the wind always. If you have wind from the back, it can be faster. If you have from the side, it goes slowly.
The normal speed is about 5 knots.
5 knots. Oh yeah, I think it was more than that. Yes, it's not too fast, huh? Not too fast. Yes.
What did you eat on the waka apart from fish?
No, we have all kind of food, rice, pasta. We cook everything right. We take a good breakfast, lunch, and dinner. We cook everything on the waka. So we have to bring the gas to cook and so on. Okay.
It's gonna be salmon waka.
Yes, it's coming in. It's coming in. Yes.
Great.
Hello?
Can I get one more?
What type of food do you eat on the waka?
All kind of fish, food. All kind of food. We bring
You pick salmon.
everything that you eat in the breakfast, eggs, everything, pasta. We cook it on the waka. Right? Yeah.
How do you cook it?
Sorry.
How do you cook it? It's not like the stove works.
Yeah, we have a kind of how you call
Gas.
A gas.
gas
Like when you
stove.
go camping.
Yeah, like when you go camping, we bring everything like camping stuff on the waka. So we cook right on.